fucking world ended, and I'm all alone now. I gotta be honest, I thought we'd make it further. It's been a few months now, but time hasn't made it any easier. The big temple bot isn't active, but it seems to keep other survivors away from my camp. I've taken to calling it Ralphie. I've been scavenging what I can from a cabin near where I have my camper set up, but eventually I'll have to move on. If you don't stay moving, you don't stay alive. I woke this morning to the sound of a group of the dead walking past my camper. There were so many of them, all I could do was wait until they passed by. My heart was beating so loud I worried they could hear it. And then I heard the shots. I knew better than to think I was saved. The robots had started shooting anything that moves now, be it zombies, people, or even other robots. The world is fucked. The robots were shooting anything that moved now. Zombies, humans, even other robots. The big temple bot isn't active, but it seems to keep other survivors away from my camp.
Scanning. 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 Possible unregistered contact log 54577655.
I'm pretty sure the drones saw me, so I'll be moving my camp today. Before I lost contact with the other survivors, I'd heard that temple patrols had been rounding up anybody not already in one of their isolation centers. I'd rather not. Travel was risky, for a few reasons. Firstly, because it had to be done during the day, running the risk of being spotted again, and secondly, because of the infected and the temple bots. There was also the risk of being stuck on a blocked off road, as a lot of the major roads were littered with abandoned vehicles. After a full day of driving and weaseling my way around a few unfamiliar back roads, I spotted what seemed to be a perfect spot. It was a fenced-in area full of old vehicles. I decided this would be my new home for now, and I parked my camper. You would think that in a world with zombies and killer robots, living a life of starvation, sleep deprivation, and fear, that those would be the worst parts of it all. But it's actually the silence. Obviously, staying quiet is a big part of staying alive when there's so much out here trying to kill me, but it can get very loud. I've read a book or two since this started, but a great deal of my time is spent just sitting quietly, watching out my camper window. When the world is by necessity so quiet, the voices and memories in your head can get very loud. Regrets and mistakes and bad memories play on a loop, and a silent world is one free from distraction. Time stretches, expands. I sleep when I can, but never really get more than a couple hours at a time, usually waking to the sensation of my guts trying to eat themselves from hunger. I ended up trapped for a few days while the herd passed through the yard, and it didn't take long to eat through what little I had stashed away. I'll need to make a run into town soon. Lamb's quarter, or wild spinach, is a common garden weed. It's also called a superfood on Wikipedia. Eaten in other countries but discarded here, it's helping keep me alive. Gives you a bellyache when you can't boil it though.
Thermal scan indicates possible unregistered contact. Please exit the structure and submit your registration. Thermal scan indicates possible unregistered contact. Please exit the structure and submit to registration. Thermal scan indicates possible unregistered contact. Please exit the structure and submit to registration. Thermal scan indicates possible unregistered contact. Please exit the structure and submit to registration. Subject uncooperative. Logging location and continuing patrol.
I knew better than to think that the Templebot leaving would be the end of it. And sure as shit, it wasn't 20 minutes later I could hear the faint buzz of a drone. It was pretty high up, but my roof vent was open, and I could just barely hear it hovering above me. It was recon, before they showed up to kick my door down and drag me away to an isolation center. I had maybe 10 minutes to get out of here. Grabbing my bag, always packed, I split as soon as I heard the hum of the drone fade away. I didn't get very far before I heard the chopper and quickly hid, hoping to wait them out.
Scanning. 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 Results inconclusive.
Is anybody out there?